We are at it again with the WPL C14. This video, we're gonna put the motor in. I have the 370 motor right here. Steering servo. Right now, when you give it throttle, you hear that? They are just skipping, just eating each other apart. Let's take a quick look at this 370 motor. Now this one did come with a JST plug soldered on already. Some of them you have to do the soldering yourself. This one, fortunately, I didn't have to do it. It came already soldered. So before anything is even done with this, before we install it, we have to open up this case. So we have all these gears in here. There is just a little bit of grease in here. I'm gonna put a little bit more just so there's enough in there. I have some grease left over from when I did the axles. That is what this is from. I'm gonna go pretty heavy on it. Put this back together. Some of these from other brands, they might not have any grease in. So you wanna make sure there's grease in there, because if you don't have grease in there, you could damage the gears. So the motor does come with drive shafts already assembled. I'm gonna use the drive shafts that are already on here because they are metal. They're the drive shafts that came with the axle kit. Now we're ready to put the motor in. The motor fits just like that. It does bump this tray. The front of the motor does bump the tray if you line the holes up like that. So that doesn't matter because I am getting rid of this tray because I'm putting this servo mount right here where the tray goes, and it's already cut out so that 370 motor will not hit this plate. Also, this is not the right plate that goes with it. I was misled on Amazon by a description that was wrong. I bought this because in the description it said it was for the B series and the C series. They did fix it, but this was after I bought it. It's beyond the time that I can return it, so I'm gonna have to modify it. It's supposed to be a little groove right there on each side, and that's where the screw goes for this shock mount. I will put a link to the right one. I did find one that does have those little grooves cut in on each side, but I'm just gonna make this work because I bought it and I can't return it. So sometimes you just have to modify stuff. It's not the prettiest, but it works. So another thing I noticed with this is these servo mounts didn't come with the screws. These take M2 screws, these take M2.5. Luckily I have an M2 kit of screws so I can put this together. So I let these loose so that way when I put the servo in, I can adjust it to wherever it needs to be for that size servo. So the servo I'm gonna be installing is this 9G servo. Comes with an aluminum servo horn. I'll probably be upgrading this to a 17G eventually, but let's just try this 9 for now. This didn't come with the M2 screws. So once again, I'll have to use screws from my kit here. So you have this tray here, goes like this. Now I was looking at maybe putting the receiver under here. The receiver is probably about as thick as that lip there. I could use some double-sided tape, mount the receiver there, and probably the ESC will go under there as well. But to be able to mount this tray on, they include these two posts here, and you just screw them on in there, and then they should match these holes. So that one's in, yep. There we go, they match. So we just have to fasten that down. Once again, they didn't give me the right screws. They gave me these washer head screws. The washer head screw fits in there, but it's not long enough. You don't get any threads to grab that post. So once again, I have to use my own screws. So for this part, we're just putting the steering servo in and we're mounting the motor. Oh, look at that. That looks so good in there. And wow, it really added a lot of weight to it too. That'll do it for this video. I don't want the video to get too long. Next video, we are gonna put the ESC and receiver in and then put it back together and take it out for a run. But thanks for watching. I hope this helped if you're trying to do the same thing. Hopefully you got a few ideas. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of this WPL build, and hopefully you join me in the next video.